What is up, Gear Squad? Shane Gear here, bringing you another video, and today it is episode 3 of the future of Blacklight, and I'm going to talk to you guys about a really intense topic. At least I think it's really intense, because today I saw a tweet from Sharkhead, yes, the nuclear Sharkhead, and let me just read what it said to you. Basically, it said, "I think it's time to move on from BLR," smiley face. And it's attached to a picture. And that picture shows a comment on the comment section of one of his videos. And it says, "Bro, if you want your channel to grow, stop posting this dead game. You won't get new subscribers. A lot will hate this comment, but it's the rough truth." No one liked or disliked it, at least at the time of the, when he cropped this picture. And then Nuclear Sharkhead responded and said, "I wanted to hear it directly from your mouths. The majority of people who watch me for BLR don't even play the game anymore. If they did, we'd see thousands of players online. Certainly not the case. It's probably time to move on from Blacklight completely. My time is precious, your time is precious. Let's spend it on discovering new and great things." Woo! I don't know how you guys feel about this, but personally, it hurt a little bit. I love Blacklight Retribution, and I don't know if you guys do. Maybe you guys are just kind of hanging out with me because I don't know, you guys just like the way I talk and like my content. But listen, I had to respond. I had to respond, and this is my response. I said, "No worries. BLR, at least on PS4, is in good hands." At PlayBCL and a whole bunch of other people like Sharkhead, Lord Alf, and I said hashtag long live BLR. Now, a couple of you guys liked and retweeted this. I believe Heaven Clone retweeted it. I appreciate that, Heaven Clone. Listen, guys, Blacklight Retribution is not dead. And if you guys like this game, if you care about it, or if you ever cared about it, listen. Today I'm going to talk to you guys about, and maybe you don't understand this, but I'm going to explain it to you. The future of Blacklight is 50-50. It's 50% us and 50% the developers. Everybody's always blaming everything on the devs, but let me explain it. 50% players, 50% developers. And there's two things. There's the future of BLR, right? The future of Blacklight Retribution, and then there's the future of Blacklight. So first we're going to talk about the future of Blacklight Retribution, and I'm specifically talking to the people on PlayStation 4. Listen, if PC wants to get involved with strengthening their community, I completely understand that, and I hope you guys get on board, but I understand why you might not as well. PC Blacklight Retribution doesn't work nearly as well as PlayStation 4. That's a conversation for another time. PlayStation 4 players, and honestly anybody who's watching this, let's talk about Blacklight Retribution. There are 3 major things when we talk about the future of Blacklight Retribution. Number 1 is patches and fixes. Bug fixes, bug patches, and content patches. And we've talked about that before in episode 1 and episode 2 of the future of Blacklight. If you guys haven't checked that out, definitely do. But it's all about how we may not see a ton of new content, though we know that there is a content patch coming out, but we're going to see a large rebalancing of the game. And it'll probably be the final rebalancing. It'd be awesome if they kind of consistently tweak the game, but I heard because of the way it was developed originally, it's not easily tweaked. But we know that there's going to be a really large rebalance. And aside from that rebalancing, we also know that like I said, there's going to be the rest of the content is kind of going to be released to us. And I'm really excited about that. That's the future of Blacklight right there in terms of the developers, right? The future of Blacklight Retribution. Let me make sure I make that clear. The future of Blacklight Retribution, content patch, and rebalancing and bug fixes, and that's all on the devs. And we hear that this is going to come out in the next couple months, hopefully the end or the middle of July or something. Hopefully not the end of July, but hey, who knows? It may not come out till August. Don't quote me. The second thing is not based on the devs, and that is BCL. and that is the Blacklight Community League. And I've talked about this obviously here on the channel, and that is the tournament. Those are the tournament guys, right? The people that make tournaments for you guys, Blacklight Retribution players. We had the inaugural PS4 tournament a couple weeks ago, and we just had the Summer Slaughter. That was a ton of fun. That's actually what you're watching right now in this video, and it's awesome, right? Like, BCL was awesome, and that's going to be the future of Blacklight Retribution on the PlayStation 4, and I'm sure on PC. It's tournaments. It's getting more intense and more into Blacklight Retribution. There are a lot of people that said that they were going to leave Blacklight Retribution and never come back, and then all of a sudden BCL came up, and everyone's like, oh, I definitely want to hop back in. And I'm not saying that people haven't quit. Lots of people are still quitting, but BCL should make people more interested and more invested. There are things to win and possibly money to win in the future, but we'll have to see. So BCL, that's a really big thing, right? So patches and bug fixes, which is the dev, and then BCL, which is a subset of our community that want to create content, tournaments for its players, you guys. And then lastly, the third thing, and this involves you guys. You guys can be involved with this, and it's really up to you and myself to make this change. And it's community engagement and involvement. Community engagement and interaction. It's us, the players, getting involved with other players positively. There are many people doing this. There's myself with my YouTube channel, obviously, hanging out with you guys, talking to you guys about Blacklight Retribution, and of course, giving you guys challenges and gun weeks. Those are some of my favorite things to do on this channel. I haven't done them recently because I've been super busy, but I'm dedicated to doing those things when I can and when I have time. There's Heaven Clone, who gives you guys legitimate, official Blacklight Retribution, updates and BCL updates. And then, of course, there's TheeSmokeWildd, who gives you guys the unofficial Blacklight updates, all about the community and what's going on. People leaving, people coming, whatever is going on in the Blacklight Retribution community. I'm assuming he'll actually do something on Sharkhead, possibly leaving Blacklight Retribution. There's more, there's Piggyback Cobra, and there's a ton of people out there. If you guys are, I did mention before, if you guys ever want me to talk about your channel, definitely send me something on Twitter, or send me something in my inbox for Gmail, which is chaingeargaming@gmail.com, or at chaingeargame on Twitter, and let me know, if you guys tell me in the comment section, I may, forget, or I may not hold on to that information, so just, those are better ways to do it, but we want to be engaged. But I'm not just talking about video creators, right? I'm not talking about YouTubers. I'm also talking about people who are just in the community itself, people who are on the forums and interacting with each other. If you meet a new player, don't message them and call them a noob and every terrible name under the sun. Help them. Hit them up and add them into a party and say, hey, I see you're new. You want to play with me? You want me to show you how to play the game? Be nice. Help people out. The more people that play Blacklight Retribution, the better the game will be, right? The more people that we can get in, the new faces we'll see, new game styles, the game will evolve. And, more importantly, the possibility of a second game. And that is the second thing. The future of Blacklight, not Blacklight Retribution, but Blacklight as an IP, right? Blacklight as a game, because we all know that Blacklight Retribution is actually the second Blacklight. There's Blacklight Tango Down, and then there's Blacklight Retribution. And there is a possibility of a third installment, or a second, a sequel to Blacklight Retribution. And we don't know what it would be called, we don't know what it would be, but there have been murmurings around, and if you guys have seen my other content before, they've actually talked about this. Hardsuit Labs has talked about coming out with, possibly coming out, the possibility, it's not, no one's actually said that it's going to happen, but the possibility of a new Blacklight game coming out. They talked about VR as a possibility. They talked about Unreal Engine 4 on the PlayStation 4. There are all these possibilities for a new Blacklight Retribution, but we don't really know. And so it's up to us, and of course the devs, to talk about it. Now, I do have a channel. I do have a video series called BLR Plus, and I haven't actually done much with it recently. You guys know I'm really busy. But BLR Plus is all about what people want in Blacklight Retribution, but we don't have yet. And what could possibly come into a later content patch, which I doubt, but more importantly, come into a new Blacklight Retribution. Now, you guys may say, oh, Chain Gear, this is a waste of time. This is stupid. Why are we doing this? The games, they're never going to make another game. This game is dead. Why are we doing this? Listen, if you're done, you're done. Go home. Don't worry about it. Go play Overwatch. Go play Uncharted 4. I know I am. But I'm never going to give up on Blacklight Retribution until they say we have closed down the servers and we're not making a second game. And once that happens, I'll say, okay, I'm done. I give up. I don't feel like I wasted my time. I had a lot of fun with the community. The people that seem to be having a really hard time with the community are either toxic people or people that unfortunately are just so good that people hate them. It happens all the time. But if you guys, people who are being bullied or people that want to leave, maybe you should try and find new people to play with. Maybe just start playing in some random pubs and play with some new people that you've never played with before. Add random people into a party and see if they want to play with you. I know if you guys are really, really good and you guys are dominating in pubs, people add you as friends. Add them into a party and ask them to hang out. There's nothing wrong with that. I know a lot of you guys are young, maybe you're scared to do that or whatever, but we have a tendency to just stick with the same people and hang out with the same people all the time. And I understand that we have clans and all that stuff, but let's move on. Now, I'm not saying leave your clan, stick with your clan, but let's move on and bring new people in and have fun with those people. I know that was a lot to take in, guys, and let me recap. The future of Blacklight is 50-50. It's not just you, it's not just me, and it's surely not just the developers. It's 50% the players and 50% the devs. The future of Blacklight Retribution is going to have patches and bug fixes. New content will be released to us that we already basically know about, which is a conversation for another time. And, of course, there's the big rebalancing for Blacklight Retribution. That's the biggest part, right? We already know that that's coming. There's BCL, so get ready, get practicing, play with clans, scrimmage with each other, new groups form up and start practicing. And get ready for new tournaments. These tournaments will have in-game things like Z-Coins and stuff, I'm sure. And of course, there's definitely, codes for, BCL gear and all that stuff. But there's also a possibility of money. There's also a possibility that money may be a thing. You never know. I mean, BCL could really change a lot for Blacklight Retribution. There's also community engagement and interaction, or community engagement and involvement, and that's YouTubers. That's the players themselves, just getting together and having fun without tournaments and without the devs changing things. We already know that we can have fun. We just need to figure out how to do that in a positive way and stop bashing on each other. It's so stupid and a waste of everybody's time. And then there's Blacklight, the future of Blacklight itself, right? Possibly a sequel coming out to Blacklight Retribution. And no one really knows about that. Again, there's murmurings, but we need to start talking about it more and start realizing what we would want for Blacklight Retribution as a sequel and throw it out to the devs so they know. That way, when they're thinking in their minds about a new game, we're there while they're thinking about it. I know I really want a healing field in the new Blacklight Retribution if it ever comes out. I also want a whole bunch of other things, maybe like new scopes. That's really all I want is new scopes. Of course, new maps, new game modes and stuff like that, but whatever works, guys. So anyway, that's it for me, guys. Comment section below. Tell me how you feel about all of this. Are you guys still in Blacklight Retribution? Are you still in it for the long run like I am? And if you're not, that's totally okay. Just don't bring your toxicity to the chat section or the comment section below. I really don't want that. But go ahead and tell us, if you had a bad experience, let us know. And if anybody wants to play with me when I'm online, if you see me online, go ahead and just send me a party invite. But that's it, guys. That's it for me. Comment section, please. Like this video if you like it. Dislike it if you dislike it, but always let me know why. If you want to get a hold of me, go ahead and tweet at me at ChainGearGame. That's the easiest way to get a hold of me. Otherwise, hit me up in my inbox for Gmail, ChainGearGaming@gmail.com. You can always leave, of course, in the comment section below. You guys know I respond to those. And that's basically it. Share and subscribe so everybody else knows about this and so you guys get more updates and get involved with the future of Blacklight. Otherwise, that's it. So I hope you guys, I can see you online. Maybe playing Overwatch, maybe playing Uncharted 4, of course, playing Blacklight Retribution. Otherwise, I hope to see you in the next one. Thanks a lot, guys.